we work together, we may turn this around.
Absolute says the dead Squiddy had a weapon. We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks. It's the artifact that she carries.
All the leaders are dead. The grove is safe.
You did it. You actually did it. The leader's dead.
Sort of.
Praise Sylvanas. No, that's not right. Praise you, my friend. The Grove owes you a debt beyond measure. Killing's never my first choice, but those three were too dangerous to leave alive.
I need your help.
And you'll receive it soon enough. Return to the Grove. I'll make my own way there. I can see to some matters there, and we can discuss what comes next amidst more bucolic surroundings than here.
Let's go.
I had another visit from that dream figure. I take it you did too. It claims that if we infiltrate the heart of the cult that's giving out these parasites, we'll find the answers we're looking for. It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous, if you ask me.
I mean, I'm using the parasites, but I really don't trust the thing. It feels like a trap.
On the one hand, you're right. On the other, don't be so wet behind the ears. Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
You can feed on me tonight if you like.
My sweet, there is nothing I'd like more. I'll come to you tonight, when you're snugly wrapped in your bedroll, and we can have a little privacy.
We had this conversation.
And
I
this
swear
time,
he said this to
I'll
me
make
like
sure I'm
3
quiet.
times.
We don't want to disturb your rest. Later on, when we are at rest, I will eat you right up. Just enough to give me strength, and just enough to leave you wishing for more.
Not that I'm complaining. What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers, if we can convince the right people to talk.
Oh, holy shit. What's happening? Hurry towards the sound. Don't fight. Oh. What's wrong? Observe.
Nothing. Both animals look fine.
Maybe Owlbear had a nightmare.
Scratch's tail wags furiously. These two have become firm friends. Nothing. Both animals look fine, watching you expectantly.
Interesting. Wait, do the animals make sounds as well in the morning when they wake up?
Always a delight to speak with you. What can I do?
I was wondering about the mighty lord you told me about in your story.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
Nothing good ever comes from mortals wanting to be gods.
Loving them has its side effects as well. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Please. Half of us are a menace.
May the darkness protect you. Fine. What's on your mind?
What do you think about what happened to the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
How am I holding up?
How are you holding up?
Alright.
Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
She likes us.
Welcome to the League of the Lone Eye, my friend. Not to minimize the pain of Volo's poking and prodding, but I promise, you'll be used to the prosthesis in no time. Besides, I find it gives one an air of mystique. No one's more intriguing than a woman with one eye.
Wow, thanks, Will. That makes me feel a lot better.
Darling, I was just thinking about you. Remembering our time together, the things we've shared. And I don't just mean that lovely neck of yours. I'm growing to like the whole package, honestly. And you clearly like me too. So...
So...
Come now. Don't be coy. Your body's already given you away. I could feel it as I was getting lost in your neck. Your little shakes of excitement. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yes.
So did I. More than words can say. You deserve a reward. I'm so very pleased with what you gave me. We could take an evening to ourselves, get away from camp, get some privacy. I know somewhere quiet, somewhere intimate, somewhere we can indulge in each other.
It's funny once you know him, how insincere he seems here. But let's go with it. That sounds pretty good.
Wonderful. I just hope we don't have to wait too long before we can steal away.
Oh, that's so.
But once we
voice.
can,
Come on.
I promise you a night you'll never forget. See you there, lover.
I like this. Creatures suffering falling damage because of your actions take an additional 1 to 8 psychic damage. What are we up to in here? I guess we've probably still got a couple of goblins to dispatch. Oh, that's cool. That was awesome. What the hell?
Got to press on.
Ugh. Can I push this guy in? Bye.
Aye, aye. Can't give up now.
I think I'll just
a brief respite.
head to the blighted village, so I can try to find that one piece of infernal iron that's supposed to be there. I don't think I can jump up there.
I've got a long road ahead. Let's move. Don't give me trouble now.
Oh my god. Good, finally. Yes.
Infernal metal! This can help damn and patch up my engine.
A scout just reported. The goblins' leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet. And I hear you are the one to thank. I'm grateful. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it. It's not enough, but it's all we have.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago. I believe he's catching up with Korga. As for us...
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
We'll see you there.
Never a dull moment.
My diamond.
How fares the search?
I found some iron.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of...
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlach. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
Let's find some evil for you to smash.
Bring it on.
Damn druids. Who uses wooden tools?
There you are. I've been waiting. Waiting since the moment I set eyes on you. Waiting to have you.
You don't have me yet.
Don't I? You're here. And I don't think you want to talk. I think you want to be known, to be tasted.
I love the visuals and the music in this scene. Beautiful. Not sure what the right thing is to say, but I want to ask. Interesting scars, where'd you get them?
It's a poem, a gift from Cazador. He considered himself quite the artist and used his slaves as a canvas. He composed and carved that one over the course of a night. He made a lot of revisions as he went.
You recall the sharp, complex lines of the script. It was written in the language of the Hells.
Why did he write it in Infernal?
Infernal? Who knows? The bastard was insane. Now let's go. We've wasted enough time already.
Well, that sounded extra satisfied.
It's always a pleasure to see you sauntering over.
Is that all you've got to say to me?
Another dream. Another order from that dubious visitor. It announced that we will find the answers we seek in the Absolute Cultist's lair, and offered another generous gift. A persuasive creature. It tempts us with power, expresses its admiration, its adoration. Avert your eyes whenever it appears, and do not avail yourself of this new power, no matter how alluring. You've no idea what damage it could do to us, how far into illithid madness it could drag us.
I think the dream figure was right. Follow the cultists and we find the source of our tadpoles.
Yes. The one truth that fell out of its cankered lips. There will come a battle. But it will be one with swords, not mind games born of brainworms.
You look so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts.
I expect I am your first.
I know of Githyanki, but I never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Say nothing.
Yes. Best to keep quiet,
my
lest any drivel
God.
leak from your lips. No matter.
Can't win
I do
with
not intend to
her.
stay long in this place.
These dreams linger in my memory. Do you think that strange figure will come back?
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still.
A greater master? Who or what could that be?
A question that burns in my belly day and night. Elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. It would require a powerful creed to unite them. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this plane, it may reach others.
Will?
I had another dream last night.
Fancy
The visitor
that?
came to me and ordered me to penetrate the heart of the very cult that's spreading the infection. It gave me a tadpole gift too, just like it did the first time it appeared. I suppose it hoped this would help. At first, I thought we should avoid these gifts no matter what advantage we gain. And yet, I can't help recall the words of my father. The best plan is the one that works. These powers could be enough to edge us towards victory.
Party time.
No, an Albert.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland.
Hush you. And behold!
Yay.
Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
Turn up to you two.
I need to dance! No, I need to lie down.
Beautiful night, don't you think? Nothing like a brush with destruction to make one appreciate the majesty of the celestial canvas. It's a view I would once have shared with my companion, though definitely unaccompanied by such revelry. She preferred it when we were alone, curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
Are you talking about your cat?
By a Geraorn's lost nose! No! Tara is not any cat. She's a Tressum. And given your confusion, I'm guessing you've never met one. They're brilliant creatures. Fine company for any self-respecting wizard. She'd be most impressed by our efforts saving these tieflings. Proud, even. And I've given her little to be proud of recently. After I was afflicted with my condition, and locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable, wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy. I'd given up on myself, but Tara never did. It was her encouragement, her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She saved my life. After so long being cared for by someone else, it feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor tieflings. I'm sure she would approve.
You must have been lonely with only Tara for company.
Sometimes. But I imposed it on myself, after all. I set up enough wards to keep an army at bay. Never mind the few colleagues who sought to inquire about my welfare. Tara did her best to keep my spirits up, of course, but there's only so much one Tressum can make up for one's entire social circle. She was often gone, seeking items to treat my condition. You're the first person I've spent any significant time with in a year or more. Spending time in your company, I realized that I may have left behind the greater part of my wit and sensitivity in my tower.
You're doing fine, Gale.
I'm glad. To know you enjoy my company is... well, it's rather wonderful. Actually, I'd be loath to waste the time of someone who's become rather important to me.
The feeling's mutual. You're a wonderful friend, though usually more erudite. Friend zone the poor bugger.
Wine is to wit, as meat is to... oh, can't bloody remember it. There I go then, proving your point. Perhaps we'd better leave it at that. My ineloquent tongue isn't worthy of your ear at present. Go. Indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be all the lighter to see you enjoying yourself.
I forgot how basically everyone flirts with you at the Tiefling party.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
You could have cleaned up a bit, Helson.
In truth, I rarely imbibe. The stuff goes right to my head. Before you know it, I'd be breaking into song or declaring love to the first person I laid eyes on.
I fail to see the problem.
Then you have never heard me singing, which makes you very fortunate. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
There sure are. It can't have been unintentional.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
I fought a goblin once. A big one.
Yes, you told me in great detail.
You won't have to worry about us anymore. I'll fight anything we meet on the road. Anything. Watch out, Baldur's Gate. Chell's coming for you.
I love you.
Oh, I can't wait to get moving.
I feel guilty even talking to Lacrissa.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
Sorry, Lacrissa, your friend disappeared.
Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. And with such lovely company. With you, and just lately, I feel like I can remember what it's like to be good.
I can imagine there weren't a lot of chances for do-goodery in Avernus.
I tried in the beginning. Blew up in my face spectacularly. Lesson learned, never try to befriend a devil, cambion, or imp. Orphans are good for a drink and joke, but you can't turn your back on them. But hey, enough about that. That's history now. I want to think about the future. The one nice thing about being trapped in the inexorable grind of time is you've always got something to look forward to.
I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. Wait, is that a platonic option? I hope.
Me too. I don't think I've ever looked forward to anything as much. You better go enjoy the party before I do something I'll regret. I like you unburnt, after all.
Carlac.
Bye, soldier.
I really like her, but I think we're just gonna be friends.
Here's my little treat with their cheeks all flushed. You will come to my bed tonight, won't you?
Little treat, you can do better than that.
Oh, I certainly can. It would be my pleasure. How about this one? All these accolades from the Tieflings are nothing compared to the sound of my name, cried from your lips.
Is that the best you can do?
Let me give it another go. Every part of your perfect body whispers temptation. It's as if the gods made you just to ruin me.
He's very bubbly tonight, isn't he? Oh, what do I want to say? You're sweet and sillier than I thought.
I can go all night with the flattery. But is that really all you want? How about if I said these little words? Everyone's favorite. I love you.
Having fun?
I am. It's hard not to with you. Now, as much as I relish standing around and saying all my favorite lines at you, I'd much rather we got to experience each other's full portfolio of talents once again.
I'll find you after everyone is asleep.
I'll be waiting.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades, yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
No, not you too.
I smell their blood on you still. I smell your sweat. I mean to taste it.
Lizelle. You asking for sex?
Sex. A night such as this calls for flesh to feast on. And I have chosen the sweetest.
Oh, how flattering. Sorry, but I'm not interested in you like that.
I respect your error. There are, after all, other spreads before me. Will looks particularly tempting tonight. I will not go long without pleasure.
He's hilarious. Can't wait to get Minthara.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
No, you should join them. Have a pint or two.
Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable.
Shadowheart. What you doing?
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
Refugees.
Exactly right. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd.
Are you worried that Shah won't approve?
Something like that. I was taught to reject anything that distracted from Shah. But there'll be time for penance later. Share a bottle with me?
Sure.
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off.
I'll find you after everyone's turned in for the night.
Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
I had just realized we already had an engagement with Astarion. Sorry, Shadowheart, you will have to entertain yourself.
I hoped you would come.
Yeah, you did.
I have missed you. And now you're all mine. And I'm all yours. Until morning, at least. Let's see where the night takes us.
Oh, fade to black, huh? Okay.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved.
I wish I'd got to go drinking with Shadowheart.
It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous, though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
Finally, we're catching up on our puppet master, and the hunt ends at Moonrise Towers.
Moonrise Towers it is then.
Wait. There's more you need to know. To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
What do you suggest?
You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the shadow curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aradin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. and maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse.
How do I find this underground route?
You'll need to pick it up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. It's somewhere in the Temple of Selûne.
I never thought I'd say this, but it sounds like the Underdark is the safer route.
Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
Let's go then.
May Sylvanas guide us.